Well, I can't believe they actually let me go live tonight with all of the censoring and insanity that's going on over there on the left side of the aisle with trying to quash everyone's free speech and trying to force everyone to follow this insane leftist narrative that they've spun up. And I don't have any idea where that came from, but it was definitely something that happened over a long period of time. I would call it devolution rather than evolution. Welcome everyone. 6:01 p.m. on the clock, to 2024. Good to be here tonight on forums, starting to gain a little traction. It looks like the different platforms that we're on. Got a little feedback today. Some analytics that were good and showing that a lot of people here to the show. To build my YouTube channel up, and as well as TikTok. Like TikTok, you say China's TikTok, China owns TikTok. China owns everything. Owns your dog and probably your cat and your bird in your backyard. China owns millions of acres in the United States. Bill Gates owns the rest, and Russia the rest. So we really haven't left with a whole lot, to tell you the truth. For all of you who think TikTok is owned by China, it's owned by China. Well, it's owned actually by China and the United States. Dark state, deep state, if you want to call it that, the cabal, and so forth and so on. But anyway, here we are tonight, doing our best to give you a kind of a pre-one in this few weeks. For one thing, it looks like the digital dollar is on the way. The digital currency is here, ladies and gentlemen. They're questioning everyone who comes to the bank and asks for money, especially if it's and of course, in the UK, they're putting people in jail and fining people for over $1,000. So there's this is happening in multiple countries around the world. In the United States, especially, you all who thought this would never happen, it's happening right now. They're questioning everyone who comes to the bank, and they're terrified of bank runs right now. The Fed chairman came out and said they were definitely afraid there were going to be bank runs, and there's going major hacking and ransomware attacks on the banks. And of course, I believe this is all well planned and scripted, and they know what's going on. It's not like this is something new for them. They just don't want you to have access to your money. They don't want you to have control over your currency, and they don't want you to have control of your transactions that you're making with other folks out there to buy cars or homes or motorcycles or boats or jet skis or surfboards or whatever it might be that you're trying to buy. Maybe a horse. But the control mechanism has gone wild, literally wild, and of course this was coming a long time, and it's now here. And the digital currency is slowly slipping in beside the digital. I guess you've heard of all the protests around the country at the universities. Well, this is something that we could talk about for a second tonight. Is all of this insanity that's going on with the students at these universities? They're just literally insane. They're not peacefully protesting. They're not exercising their uh, right to free speech in a peaceful, calm, respectful, professional manner. They're destroying the universities. They're destroying, breaking out windows, kicking down doors, doing all kinds of terrible things, throwing Molotov cocktails, and the police are having to be called in riot gear and all of these other things that are going on. If something is playing, I think I have a picture of Mary and I pre-show. I wanted to show you all here in a little while. No, I don't really have one. she was acting kind of crazy on the air, or not on the air, but off the air. And if you could have only seen her face and what she was doing, this would have definitely went viral. I tell you, I'm never able to capture her doing these things, but I'm going to figure out a way. Put a secret spy camera in here. Oh my God! I tell you, folks, these universities. If you're going to speak at a university, if you're an academician, if you're a PhD, if you're a judge, if you're a teacher, if you're a philosopher, whatever you are, they're making you practically take a test to be able to speak at a university. They're wanting you to get into this DEI stuff, diversity, equity, inclusion, BS, and they're also, using this DEI format for hiring staff at the universities, which is totally insane. They want to make sure that they're weeding out the conservatives at the universities and bringing in all of the crazy leftist liberals to the universities. And they're destroying what was left of our education, higher academic programs. And it's a terrible, terrible, terrible shame that our free speech has gone completely out the window. And, intelligent discourse is something that is really hard to find these days, also due to cognitive dissonance and temper tantrums and drama and judgment and people who just don't understand the communication process at all. So it's a very scary thing, but it's happening. And sometimes when I do these shows, I think really you guys just don't get what's going on, and you just don't understand the depth of the deadly danger that's here, this dystopic thing that's overtaking us right now. It's been going on now for a long, long time. It's been in the planning, and now the final nails are being put in the coffin. So get ready, folks. Be prepared. As I said last night, be prepared. They're definitely taking control of your currency. They do not want you to have dollar bills in your pocket and change jingle, jingle, jingle. They want to take over your life. They want to take over your ability to travel. They want to take over your ability to associate with certain individuals, agencies, entities, and organizations. They've hacked in and they've been hacking into our systems for years and years and years, and they've built up a database on all of you, and they've built up dossiers and reports on all of you for your social credit score, which is coming very soon, which will be attached to your digital ID and your digital passport and your RIFD chip, if that's the way they go, along with the CBDC, the central banking digital currency. And it's getting so close that I can just feel it. It's just right over. We're just heading right over the edge right now into this digital world of currency, and you're not going to have any control over your money, or very little control over your money. And unfortunately, that's going to be attached to your social credit score. You're going to be kind of like a 4-year-old. They're going to tell you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and how much of it to do and not to do, and what you did wrong, and you'll be punished if you make a mistake. And of course, you'll be fined, possibly jailed, just depending upon how extreme you are. And of course, it's illegal now to go and create any problems at the bank. You're not even able to talk about a bank run. Don't even go in a bank and mention a bank run. They'll have you put in jail. Cops will be there and you'll be put in jail. I did this actually and was almost arrested, and was thwarted, by the bank manager comes running out and everybody starts jumping on my case for talking about a bank run because they're coming. Bank runs are coming. I mean, people are going to get the word on Twitter that somebody lost their accounts and their accounts were frozen and they couldn't get their money out of the ATMs, and it's going to go And when it does, there's going to be bank runs, and that's what they're able to go to the public now and say, oh, it'll be much more secure, you see, if we just have digital currency. We're going to protect you. We're going to protect your savings. We're going to protect your capital. We're going to protect your currency, and we're going to protect you and the security and your financial safety and security by giving you, these digital ID, and then allowing you to participate in this digital currency craze that's coming. So you'll be punished. They'll be able to just zap your account if you do something wrong. They'll be able to take away your money, hard-earned money, and just take it away as a punishment for your bad deeds. So get ready for that, folks. Definitely get ready for that. I was woke up this morning with uh, normalization and digital and discourse and cognitive dissonance on the mind, on the brain. Normalcy biasy, normalcy bias. I woke up with that on the brain, where people get used to things. They lead people slowly down this road of programming into these dystopic, crazy, insane ways of running the government and the country, and then people just slowly fall for it, and they're hypnotized into it. And first thing you know, they're locked into the cage and they can't get out, and there's no key. And that's what they've been doing for a long, long time now, and that's what they're going to continue to do. Many of you, all of you, the majority of you have fallen for this, and very, very few of you have not. I mean, there's just very, very, very few of you I know that have not fallen for this shit, and you've moved to the furthest points of Appalachia that you can find in the woods of forest of Appalachia, or somewhere out there where you cannot be found, hopefully, except maybe via a drone flying over, which some of you are hiding out there that I know, and you have those big trees cut down kind of sideways, those big green trees, evergreens, and you've got your places hidden. You're back in there all hid away, and that's really cool, man. We're thinking about doing that. If we didn't have her 70-year-old mother, my soulmate 70-year-old mother with us, we would already be under the trees out there in the forest. And even in the forest, you're not safe. The forests are closing up here. Campgrounds where we are all closing. They don't have enough forest rangers. They don't have enough people to man the forest and take care of the forest, and so they're just shutting them down, which is insane if you ask me. I don't know why they can do this. I mean, it looks like to me that that's just land, free land. I mean, I don't know what they call it, BLM land, Bureau of Land Management. What the hell is that? State parks. What the hell is that? Well, it's state parks and it's Bureau of Land Management, and boy, do they manage. They manage to keep you out. They manage to put you in jail. They manage to search your vehicle. They manage to discriminate against who can come in the forest and who can't, and how long you can stay, where you can stay. So it's all just a bunch of crap, if you ask me, and it's dystopic as hell, and it's just it's a regime that stems from D.C. The deep state, also, of course, and the World Economic Forum, and what is going on there with the World Health Organization also. And as you know, while y'all have been sitting back playing on TikTok there, they've been killing all of our farm animals around the United States by the millions. And y'all just say, well, that couldn't be possible. I just hadn't heard nothing about that. Well, you're not going to if you don't search and you don't dig and you don't research. You're not going to hear a thing about it. They're killing millions and millions of chickens and goats and cows and pigs and guineas and everything else just because they found the flu. Oh, there's sniffles. They got the sniffles. The cows are farting too much. So they've said now that the flatulence has to be stopped. All of you. Oh, the cow flatulence has to be stopped now. And so, next thing you know, our flatulence will be. Uh, and I don't know how they're going to monitor our flatulence, but they're going to try to do that. And Mary now, she has a lot of flatulence, so they're going to really. She's going to be broke. Her mother is going to be dead broke because you should hear some of the stuff that goes on in this spaceship here. But they're monitoring the flatulence of the cows and then the people, of course. And of course, our water's not fit to drink. Oh my gosh, they've come out now just with some new studies. The water all over the East Coast, West Coast, poison, especially the East Coast. I mean, just poison water. And with the thousands of forever chemicals, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, there's nothing to eat out there. Where are you going to eat? You know, a chiropractor said, when you wear out your body, where are you going to live? Well, we're wearing out our bodies now because of all of this sea of toxins that we're living in. We're existing in. There's nowhere to hide, man, from the chemtrails and the fluoride and the selenium and barium and strontium and graphene oxide and all of the nanoparticulates and all of the nanobot and nanotechnology that they're using in conjunction with the transformation into transhumanism, you know, and the genocide and all of this other stuff that's been going on around the world. Don't need to mention any particular countries. I'm sure some of you know which ones I'm talking about. But this is all the end game, folks. This is the end game. I should come out with a movie myself called The End Game. They probably already have a movie called The End Game. Or I might write a book or some articles on the End Game series because this is the end game. This is it, folks. And many of you just don't want to admit it because of normalcy bias and because of cognitive dissonance and because of programming, indoctrination, misinformation, and disinformation and propaganda. You just don't want to admit it. You can't admit it. You can't absorb it. You can't grasp it. You can't swallow it. You can't dig it. You can't analyze it. You're not wanting to deal with it. And so, that's normalcy bias and cognitive dissonance. You just want to shelter yourself from what's really happening. And you could do that all you want to, but it's going to find you. No matter what corner you're hiding in, no matter what bed you're hiding under, no matter what rock you're hiding under, what cave you're in, they're going to find you, and they're gonna fix you. They're gonna find you, and they're gonna fix you. I was going to say something else, but I'd get in trouble. Uh, I don't want to lose my privileges on this channel. I know that sounds like I'm bowing to the deep state, but I'm not. I just want to keep talking to you guys, and I want to try to keep teaching you as much as I can without being taken off the air completely. That would destroy me, and they know that. And yes, I'm admitting uh, that would destroy me to be taken off the air like that. And you know, I can't imagine being taken off the air. And that's what's going to happen to all of us eventually. All of us who have two brain cells to rub together, and we're out here doing. We're influencers, and we're teachers, and we study, and um, you know, we want to teach people. We want to tell people what's going on. We want to let people know what all of these hundreds and hundreds of hours of research has brought us. We want to get the information out that most of you don't have time to dig down deep for. Most majority of you actually don't have time to do the research that Marion and I do. And so you really don't know what's going on. You hear it here or somewhere else. You have to get your information from somewhere. And I wanted to discuss that, and I kind of got lost on the banking situation, which is caving in right now to digital currency. We're going to digital currency, freezing people's accounts, and they're not letting people take money out of the bank now. They're stopping them, making them go to the principal's office and sit and um, be interrogated. Why do you dollars? You have to have a note from the teacher. You have to have a note. You have to have this. You have to have that. Notarized. It's crazy what they're doing to people all over the U.S. right now at these banks, and all of the smaller banks are closing. By the way, are being absorbed by the larger, buddy with the Federal Reserve, that cats that got together and opened up a bank, a giant piggy bank for all of you who fall for this kind of shit. Um, what are you going to do? Cash is going away. I just got off the phone with some folks today. Cash is going away, folks. It's here. It's here. It's here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What you going to do when the well runs dry? You know, uh, I mean, what are you going to do when your ATM don't work? Your bank sends you a letter. Oh, you're going to have to go digital. Now we're getting rid of all the cash. I'm sorry. You go to the bank and say, I want to take out $500, and they say, oh no, we don't have any cash here. You're going to have to fill this paper, and then you can digital. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because now you're under another contract. See, now they can punish you. See, they can punish you like a fourth grader, fifth grader. They can make you go stand in the corner, send you to the cloakroom if you make a mistake. They're going to tell you what to buy, when to buy it, and how to buy it. They're going to tell you what to purchase, how to purchase it, when to purchase it, and if you can purchase it. And if you make a mistake, they're going to punish you, put you in jail, which I just heard from the federal chairman of the banking commission. They're going to put you in jail. They're going to fine you. And if you don't follow the narrative and you don't follow the rules, then you're going to jail or you're going to be fined. So what are you going to do? For all you folks out there, and all of you, I'm talking to all of you who are not ready for this. What are you going to do? I mean, you still think you're going to have $15 in your pocket and $25 in your pocket, and you're going to give your boys a few dollars for doing this and doing that? Not anymore. You're not. Not anymore. You're not. You're not going to have any boys or girls, and you're not going to have any authority to give anybody anything. You're not going to be able to give your kids an allowance or tip the waitress at the local marketplace unless you are signed up on the digital ID and the digital currency. So all of this is coming, and many of you laugh, and many of you scoff, and many of you think, "Oh, Kyler Davenport's a little crazy." But I'm telling you, folks, you're gonna be surprised. Hit you upside the head like a baseball traveling at 80 miles an hour, maybe a kick from Bruce Lee. you know, you're going to wake up one morning and it's all going to be what Kyler Davenport said, and you're going to be screwed. You're going to be screwed because you're going to have to redo your whole life. You're going to have to rethink your whole life, everything that you've ever done, your banking wise and financial wise. You're going to have to rethink and redo everything. Grants are going to be affected. People that getting grants, people that are borrowing money, people that are doing all these things are going to be affected, and everything is going to change. They want total and ultimate control over your finances. Okay, and they're getting it. They're going to get it, folks. They're going to get it. They're coming for you. They're coming for you. Welcome, Chris. How you doing? Well, hell, Chris, are you here or not? Damn. Who is this guy, Chris, anyway? I see his name up there. I know he's here. I know he's here. He's going to say something here in a minute. And we can find his mute button.
I found it.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where the link because I had shut the just the page off for a second to look at other conversations and while I was listening and then I was like, where was it? And well, it was in Messenger. So when I opened up Messenger, of course, there it is. And I said, I found my microphone.
Yeah.
Uh, man. So yeah, I'm here. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Tonight, Marion and I have been counseling a lot over the last 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, doing a lot of counseling and individuals, and we're just astounded. And people don't who ever studied Marcus Aurelius, but he's gone. Chris is gone. This is a Mickey Mouse platform. I don't know what's going on. Chris may have a $4 phone over there. I don't know what's going on with him, but it's just crazy. I was advising everyone that we counsel to study Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism. You need to study Stoicism. All of you really do. You need to be stoic, more stoic, and understand what stoic really, really, really does mean. It really has to do with the totality of your existence in this matrix. It really does have to do with the totality of your existence in this matrix. And Stoicism, go look it up, folks, and go look at Marcus Aurelius and go study Stoicism and become stoic because it'll really help you in every aspect of your life. I promise you it will. But prepping. I wanted to warn you guys of something, and then I'll go back to the counseling. I wanted to warn you preppers out there. Stop telling people that you're a prepper. I've been really thinking about this a lot lately, and I've been listening to some of my other influencers that I listen to, like the Canadian Prepper, and Nate's been coming up with some really interesting things. Like, stop telling people you're a prepper. I mean, we stand out like a sore thumb, so we can't hide from people. They're going to be coming for what we have, no matter what, because we're advertising it. I mean, we're just literally advertising, and that's a scary thing that Marion and I need to talk about. I don't want to go dark. I don't want to go gray man. I really don't want to go gray man. I don't want to go dark. I don't want to run under the radar. Um, we're stuck. We're trapped. We're a signboard. We are a billboard for stupid. We're a billboard that says, "Come and rape me. Come and take me. Come and steal from me. Come and kill me." Whatever, because we've got all this stuff on the 31-foot command unit, and they know we have, life-saving drugs in here and antibiotics and weapons, and they know that we have all this food in here, $500 or $600 worth of food and water and fresh water and all these things, and they're going to be coming for us. We're going to have to gun up really good. I mean, it's going to talk about self-defense. Oh my gosh, it's going to be unbelievable. Now, the little gray man running down the alley with a little bug out bag, is not going to have a big problem. It's going to be people like us who are we're just billboards for stupid. We might as well just put a big old sign out there that says, "Come on down and get it." It's all here, and it's crazy. It's crazy. What are we going to do? I don't know. There's there's lots of liability being who we are, and I'd say the liabilities I just mentioned. We're a billboard for "Come and get me, come and rob me," and the benefits would be to help a lot of folks who need help. But then again, how do you vet people in a grid down situation? How do you vet everyone? You don't. You don't. You can't. You just kind of run on your intuition. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of scary. Uh, we've got a few people in our little and I don't know really even trust them. They're kind of goofy. Most of them are kind of goofy, loofy, doofy, goofy, and I'm not sure I can trust any of them. I'd have to shoot them, if they start stealing and they think they're going to come in here and take everything that we've got. Oh, that would be not the thing to do. That would be the wrong thing to do, folks. Be the wrong thing to do. Because Marion and I are very proud of all the things that we've acquired, what little they are, over the last few years, and all the work that we've put in to get we are back, up the ladder. As far as we've gotten, it's been very difficult to climb back up the ladder because we've been down to the bottom of the basement, and now we're kind of stepped on the elevator and we're back up on third or fourth floor, and we let that happen. We're definitely going to fight to the death to not let that happen. And you guys and girls should too. Be careful with your preps, and and now's the time not to be told you're a prepper. Now's the time to keep that conversation quiet. Now's the time to back away from that kind of communication, folks. I'm telling you right now, because Marion and I haven't even talked about this. We're going to talk about it now because I brought it up tonight. But that we're marked. We're marked. We're marked. I mean, we're marked. And that means that we're going to have to be super, super, super aware and situational awareness to the extreme because people are this command unit and that small unit out there, and they're going to try to take it. And I guarantee there's going to be a problem with that too much, but I'm going to tell you there's going to be a problem with that. Marion calls it pew pew, and they're going to be pew pewing going on. Because in a grid down situation, when the rule of law has failed and the law of the jungle is here, you're going to have to take care of things. You know what I mean? You're going to have to take care of things by yourself because 911 ain't coming. The police ain't coming. The firemen ain't coming. The paramedics and the EMTs ain't coming. It's all up to you. I mean, it's difficult now to get a cop to come out for a situation. And some cities in the United States I've been reading about over the last couple of months have just shut their 911 systems down at night. They just shut down at 8 or 9 o'clock and go home. And if you call the cops, you get a recording and it says, well, just tell us what happened and we'll make a report tomorrow. If your wife's being beat up by the local neighbor or the pit bull tore your friend's neck out or whatever, somebody got shot on the property, I don't know. We'll come out tomorrow. Check on you. This is what's going on in the U.S. No shit. And and that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's scary. It's really scary. I tell you what, if Chris doesn't come back here, I'm gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do with that boy. I don't know. I may put him before a firing squad or something. I can't deal with this kind of stuff. I can't deal with this kind of stuff. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at. But Joseph should be here too. Tim's not even here. But Marion seems to think I do just fine by myself. But I like to have people on, you know. And I was going to talk about that. I kind of got off track, as I sometimes do. I digress. I digress. Yes. I was going to talk about communication with folks. You come together with people, and especially in the jungle out here where we are, where kind of the law of the jungle is around us all the time. And you never really know what people's motives are. You know what I mean? You have to size people up pretty good. Marion and I help a lot of folks. And we bandage a lot of people up, and we help a lot of sick folks, and we provide a lot of blankets and keep people warm and cozy. And huh? We keep a lot of people cozy at night that are in the rain and the cold and whatever. But they've sized us up. Don't think they're not sizing us up, folks. Don't think they're not sizing us up. They know that we have got the goods, okay? And while we're bandaging them up, they're sizing us up for the kill. So Marion and I don't trust anybody, especially Marion. Marion really don't trust anybody. I mean, she don't trust nobody. And she's kind of been good for me to be more alert, oriented to you know who's out there and what their motives are. But people coming together, it's funny. Uh, Communication's really a funny thing. You bring folks together. Public discourse, we call it. Public discourse is happening, but you bring people together from different walks of life, and this is why I study social behavioral science. you bring different backgrounds and experiences, and they have different perceptions and different perspectives and different experiences and philosophies and talents and skills and motives and all of these things. You have to be able to size up really quickly. The brain has to be able to size all this stuff up very, very efficiently, very effectively, and very analytically. And you can get in trouble if you're not very experienced in that type of thing. You can make mistakes and bring the wrong people in, push the wrong people away. You can do all these different things that mess your life up. And so it's very important to learn the fine art of communication and the fine art of sizing folks up. Try to figure out what their motives are and try to find out what their angle is. Everybody's got an angle. Everybody's up to something. In the back of their mind, they're up to something, man. And that may sound a little paranoid, but in the world that we live in today, you have to be paranoid, and you can call it careful if you want to. Um, you can call it whatever you want, but it's basically paranoid because these people are not out really to be your friend. Most folks are out to take you for what they can get, and when the time is right. It's kind of like the gazelle being culled out from the herd, by the lion in Africa. The crippled gazelle or the one who's sickly or the baby gazelle culled out. And that's what they're doing. They're sizing us up, sizing you up for what they can take. Your neighbors are doing it. Hell, your relatives might even be doing it. I mean, when people get hungry, look out. Look out when people get hungry, when people are starving, when people haven't had a drink of water in 3 days. They'll kill. They'll take you out. You know, and I'm talking about family members, folks. I'm not talking about just neighbors, friends, coworkers. They'll take you out to get what they need to get to survive, especially if they have children to take. So you need to be thinking about that kind of thing. But yeah, communication is very, very important to learn the skills of communication. Mary sees me do it every day. She doesn't do it. I'll just say, boom, none at all. She didn't. She's not into communication. She's not interested in communication. She's not interested in learning about communication even. So I have to take the lead on everything. I have to open the doors. I have to open the windows. I have to out there and put forth my super awareness, my comprehensive awareness and analysis and everything into the environment and see what's going on. And then she comes in when it's safe, or whatever, which is cool. I mean, uh, it's just a difference in personalities, is what it is. It's a difference in personalities. Everybody's got a different personality, and you have to really understand that when you're dealing with public discourse. And a lot of you just don't understand how to handle public discourse. You don't even know what public discourse is, nor do you know what Stoicism is, or Stoic, or Marcus Aurelius, and the fine art of communication. And the fine art of communication doesn't by any means mean kissing someone's ass or bending over backwards for someone or letting someone run over you. It just means being super, 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 super aware and way ahead of everybody else. Way, way, way ahead of the game. And where I differ with Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism and public discourse is I really don't give a shit what you think. You know what I mean? To any extreme, I don't really lose any sleep over what you think. If I like you, I like you. And if I don't like you, well, you're not going to be around me. I'm not going to, you're not, I'm not, I'm just going to go, boop, I'm gone. You know, um, I tolerate a lot of things. I'm very tolerable. I'm very tolerable. Any of my friends who've known me for a long time will tell you that I'm probably one of the most tolerating people in the world. And the only thing I won't tolerate is stupid. Many of you have heard me say you can't fix stupid, and I don't tolerate stupid. I don't tolerate people that tolerate. And I have a lot of friends who tolerate stupid for a about when they really don't. I'll say you have no idea what you just said. You have no idea what you're saying. You have no understanding of what you're trying to convey, and you need to just shut the fuck up. I don't have time to waste on you. You know what I mean? Bye. And so, these days, all of our prepper friends are telling us get rid of the cull the herd, cull the herd, cull the herd. Now's the time to cull the herd. Now's the time to get rid of all the idiots in your group. Now's the time to get rid of all the the morons and the ones who are disloyal and the ones who you can't trust 100%. You know what I mean? Somebody's here and I need to look out the window, see who Marion's talking to. Maybe I don't know who it is. Uh, I don't know. Looks like a sick person who's needing help or something. Um, but now's the time to cull the herd. Now's the time to cull the herd. Right now, you need to cull the herd. Get rid of all the bullshit. Get rid of all the whiners. Get rid of all the drama kings and queens. Get rid of all those who don't understand strategic thinking, critical thinking, strategic planning, public discourse, situational awareness, espionage, prepping, preparing. Uh, you know, get rid of those who just are dumb as a box of damn rocks and don't even know what's going on anywhere in the world, let alone in their own backyard. Get rid of those um, who that bias, that emotional bias, that normalcy bias. Get rid of those people with normalcy bias who have accepted everything that's come in from the liberal left, and they've just accepted. They're a part of the problem. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. You want to hang on to those conservative folks on the right as much as possible, unless you're going all the way to religion, and then cut that off right there. Get rid of all the religious nuts in your life, and get rid of all those I said on the left for sure. Those Democrats and those socialists and those communists and those Marxists and all those folks who are into DEI. Equity, inclusion, diversity, and all that crazy crap. Uh, Pro Black Lives Matter, pro LGBTQP, pro pronoun, pro transsexual, pro this, pro that, whatever. Just throw them out, kick them out. Use your right foot and just kick them out, or get you a butt kicking machine and just kick them out of your life immediately. Hang with them, don't talk to them, don't email them, don't DM them, don't even do anything. Now's the time to cull the herd. Now's the time to stick close to people who are highly intelligent and highly critical in their thinking and analysis, and who have been down these many roads, especially in the clandestine operations and black ops and deep state type of stuff. And they've infiltrated those groups and they understand the depth. They have a deep sense of understanding of the matrix and so forth, and get rid of any ignorant son of a bitch, immature, drama queen, drama king. Get rid of your conventional life because it's going to get you killed. There's nothing conventional about what's coming. You're going to have to be most unconventional, ultra unconventional, and be situationally aware and be able to change just like that on the fly. And most of you are just not anywhere near prepped at all. I mean, most of you, I can tell you right now, people listening to me, people that are here online, you're not prepped. You have no fucking idea what prepping is. I mean, I could go into detail with our preps here, and I will, because I have enough weapons to fend off those marauders who are coming to take all of it. And believe me, if you go out and tell people you're a prepper, you have those discussions at the bar or the bingo parlor or wherever, they're going to come and take your stuff. They're going to come and kill you and take your stuff. So don't be out mouthing off about what a prepper you are, unless you're me and I'm not afraid of the devil himself and, whatever. So we're prepped with, we've got over 250 gallons of water. We've got over $1,000 worth of food that will last us for 5 months. We've got medicine for getting rid of the radiation for radiological incidents. We've got masks for chemical, biological attacks. We've got all kinds of inverters. We've got all kinds of jackeries. We've got all kinds of instruments, tools, and flashlights that'll light up the whole half a block. I've got flashlight cost over $200. That'll burn your eggs. It'll fry your eggs for you. I've got tasers. I've got stars. I've got sticks, death sticks. I'm really good with nuts. I've got weapons that you have no idea how deadly they are. Made them with my own hands. And boy, do I know how to use them. Let me tell you what, with that, a little Muay Thai and some judo and some kung fu, look out, look out, look out. Kyler's coming. And these folks are going to come. Let me tell you what, they got a green zone, you got your yellow zones coming up. And the grid down situation, you're going to have these different zones, and they're going to be taken over by different gangs and different factions. And you're going to have to be far, 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 far away from that. You don't want to have to deal with these zones and these regions, because each region will be taken over by a drug lord or a warlord or some kind of charismatic leader, some kind of religious kook, MS-13, whatever, gangs, the different types of people that'll fall into these positions, and the vacuum will be filled with people who could be very, very dangerous. In the movie Civil War, when the photographers who were out covering the apocalypse rolled up to a gas station in a new zone. They were met with big guys with big guns, and they said, "Okay, you want some gas? You're going to have to trade something, you know." And this little lady here looks like we might bend her over the bus, you know. No, 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 no. You know, we have $200. Just let us get $10 worth of gas, whatever. You know, I mean, we have $200. So you're going to have to negotiate with people. You're going to have to be a good negotiator. And then some of you cats out there that think you got a really good line of shit, you're not ready for this at all. This ain't good old boy shit. This ain't good old boy shit. I know a bunch of good old boys here, and I know a bunch of good old girls here, and you're not going to cut it. You're going to be dealing with some really nasty, 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 dangerous, deadly people, and they just soon cut your head off, shoot you in the back of the head, and look at you. And if you don't have something to barter, if you don't have silver, if you don't have whiskey, if you don't have money, cash, gold, platinum, diamonds, marijuana, uh, Xanax, clonazepam, meth, opium, heroin, a bunch of load of cigarettes. You know, the problem with giving somebody a gold coin is they know you've got another gold coin and they're going to want to take that too. So you got to really stop and think about what is coming. Most of you are dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to war, combat, urban combat. You've never been in an urban combat situation. I have. So, you know, it's a very, very dangerous situation. There's Chris. Chris, you want to make some comments on this teaching tonight? I see the top of Chris's truck or something. I don't know what he's doing here. Chris, you want to make some comments? Hello, Chris. Can you find your mute button there, Chris? Yeah. No. Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. Turn on your
I
mute.
seen I hit my I think I had my I thought I hit my mute and I hit my camera.
So anyway, quiet on the set. So anyway, do you want to make some comments on my very in-depth analysis of
Well, I mean,
post-apocalyptic situation
you know, like you said,
more
you
awareness
got
and how
you
people?
You made weapons that uh, you can make at home that people don't realize how deadly they are, and get good with them. Of
Hmm.
course, if you know any of the other uh, defensive things,
Hmm.
when you start talking about all the martial arts and stuff, it's not about the offense part of that. It's the defense part of that.
Hmm.
It's knowing what's coming because you're defending.
Hmm.
Now you wind up putting somebody to a stop. Yes, okay,
Hmm.
I get that, but um, hang on one second.
Well, I just want you to reiterate. I think what is going to happen where you have these marauding bands of people driving around. They're killers. They're killers. They're marauders. They're rapists. They're going to kill you. They're going to take everything, including your children, and rape them and your wife and rape her and your girlfriend. And they're not there to be your friend, and they're not there to help you, and they're not there to give you a little gasoline. So everybody you meet is not to be trusted at all. You cannot trust even one person. No one can be trusted. Nothing anybody says can be taken for the truth. Nothing. Nowhere. So you're going to be living in a very stressful, dangerous, deadly situation. And you're going to know how to you're going to have to either learn how to deal with those types of situations like I have, you're going to get.
Yeah, they want you dead anyway. So it comes down to what do you value your life? Do you think everybody's life is valued at a different cost? You know how that happens? It's on what you put into your life. What value are you putting in to your future, to not only your future, but uh, to others' future? Because if all
Hmm.
you do is think of yourself, you're no value.
Hmm.
You're no valued at all.
Well,
So the people that take the most, they are the ones that actually give the least value for what is there. They take more.
here's the deal again. I'm talking about that situation where you're driving down the back road, which is good. Stay off the main highway. Get to a back road. Have a map. Learn how to use a compass. Learn your geography. Learn your mathematics and your calculations to move around in these different terrains and so forth, regions and sectors and vectors. And then of course your objective is to stay away from people completely or take them first. You want to take them out first. You want to put them under gunpoint first. You don't want to give them time to roll up. You don't want to roll up and say, how y'all doing? Y'all got any gasoline for my truck? That's just stupid, stupid, stupid. You want to take them down first. If you have to kill them, kill them. If you have to, whatever you have to do, take their shit first, because I guess they're going to take your shit. Okay, that's just the way it is, dude. That's just the way it is.
Oh, definitely. If they're when it gets to that point, Mad Max is a good movie
Mad Max, Mad Max.
to show
Yes,
you
yes. Hmm.
how fast
Yes,
it could be. Mad Max. That's the funniest part, and how ignorant the human avatar really truly is here on the
hmm,
on
hmm.
the on the big scale.
Yes,
Is Mad Max could be in under 90 days. I mean,
yes.
straight up, it can be that way quicker, but in 90 days, Mad Max, that whole thing can be getting in full effect.
Well, people sent me a lot of nasty emails last week when I was talking about eat your fucking children. Uh,
Well,
and
they've
you
done
will,
it.
and
They've done it.
so people. understand what it's like to be without water for 6 days. You will kill someone for a goddamn bottle of water. You will blow their and people don't understand. You can go 3 to 4 or 5 weeks without food, but you can't go 5, 6 days without water. You're going to kill somebody to get a bottle of water. And I want everybody tonight that's listening
Right.
to realize we're headed toward that scenario right now. We're headed toward that paradigm right now at this moment. That's where we're headed. The United States is gone. It's gone. And we look at France and we look at Germany, we look at Finland, we look at Sweden, we look at Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, gone, 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 fucking gone. All of these countries have joined NATO, and NATO is completely ill equipped to handle any major geopolitical situation right now. They're all divided, they're all disconnected, they're all uh, slacking and lacking on the ability to handle a warring situation, and Americans have never been in a goddamn war except World War I, World War II. Most of the Americans don't know how to fight. They don't understand martial arts. They don't understand critical thinking. They've never read The Art of War. They don't know how to handle themselves. They'll die within a week of a grid down situation. And so that's something I wanted to stress tonight. They'll die within a week. They'll be dead. A complete Canadian East Coast, West Coast grid down situation with electromagnetic pulse. 75 million people gone in a month. Gone. Just gone. Bye bye. They're dead already. And, I hope people really get this tonight. I hope they really fucking understand what I'm trying to say tonight. Because this is where we're headed. This is headed. I got a memo from Homeland Security. I got a memo from the FBI. I got a memo from MI5. I got an memo from Turkey and Qatar, and they're gonna lay us out with an electromagnetic pulse. Everything's gonna go dark, and they're gonna wipe out 70, 80 to 100 million people just like that, gone. And I don't want my listeners to be a part of that stupid group that gets whacked first. I want them to be totally prepared, situationally aware, critical think, and be comprehensive in your planning and strategic planning and goals and objectives, and be 10 steps ahead of your opponent and 10 steps ahead of those who are coming to take what you have. I want everybody to be completely aware. I teach survival. I had a survival school, and I've taught martial arts, and I've taught urban combat techniques, so I understand what's coming. So, um, you know, that a lot of our friends you and I deal with don't have any understanding of what we're even talking about tonight. They think we're crazy. They don't have any idea how dangerous of a situation we're in right now here in the United States, right now tonight.
No, they don't. And the thing is, like I said, they haven't seen war. They don't know what war is on your street beside the war on the streets that we've created against
Right,
ourselves.
right,
That's the only
right.
war you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's time to tell the ultimate truth within the paradigm of the simulation, within the paradox of the propagation of the probability wave function. It's time to let these avatars know where we stand right now from a geopolitical situation, from a psychosocial situation, from a behavioral science situation, and from a combat situation, and from a strategic offensive defensive posture, where we stand right now. Because CBDC, I just heard from the Fed, CBDC is coming in right now. Central banking digital currencies coming in. The digital ID is here already. The social credit score has been here for 65 fucking years. They're getting ready to lay everybody within. No one will be able to travel. They're going to the United States up into 7 regions. And those 7 regions, you will be stuck in one of those 7 regions. And with one of those 7 regions, you will be stuck within a smart city agenda, which will keep you pinned down in a 15-minute area where you cannot move outside that 15-minute area without papers. Show me your papers. Show me your papers. Show me your papers. Like in Nazi Germany. And so people need to be prepared to get the fuck out of the city or be prepared to bug in and stay in and learn urban combat and urban survival or inner city survival, inner city combat. And that's really what the show was about tonight. I have a friend here I want to talk to, so I'm going to get off the air early. We're dealing with a lot of people out here tonight. We're on about 35 platforms tonight around the world. I want to thank all of my people for tuning in. I want to thank you, Chris, for making it tonight. I know you're busy. I've got a lot of projects going. You've got a lot of projects going. We're having super success in our Florida run, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to talk about it on air. We're having super, super, super success with that. I may have to go to Brazil. I don't know yet. Next month, I may or may not go to Brazil. You know, if I go, I'd want to fly myself. I'd want to. I don't sit in the back of anybody's airplane or jet. I mean, unless I'm at the wheel, I'm not going. But I don't know what's going to happen with that yet. But I'll keep you posted on what's happening with the grant. You keep me what's posted on your end of the financial end, and we'll just keep moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you from around the world for tuning in. I want to thank all of you from Australia, New York. I see Washington out there. I see France. France is out there. I see Ireland out there. I see North Korea, South Korea. I see all of my friends in China there, Shanghai, Yu-Gi-Oh. Appreciate all of you guys in Pirate Radio. Try to stay out of jail because they're going to be looking for you. We already tried that a while back, and that didn't work too well. All of our friends in Canada, Trudeau is about ready to go down, people. Trudeau is about ready to go down. We're working on a team to make that happen. And as you know, I'm on the fugitive recovery team, global fugitive recovery team. So we're working really hard to get Klaus Schwab out of the picture, along with Biden and along with Kamala Harris, Miss Giggles over there. We got rid of a few of these folks. We're trying to get rid of Bill Gates. You know, he just ended up owning 753,000 acres here in the United States. China owns the rest of the United States, and Russia owns the other part of the United States. Hillary Clinton, goddamn it, gave away all of our goddamn federal parks and state parks to China. So we don't own anything. And so we're living in a banana fucking republic here. So yes, thanks to you guys and girls out there, shit happened living in a goddamn third world fucking country here in the United States Incorporated. We should have never fucking incorporated. I told you guys we should have stayed under common law. I told you we should have stayed under social compact. But oh, hell no. You wanted to go to rule of law. You wanted to go to maritime law. You wanted to go to merchant law. Well, fuck you. If you're not a part of the goddamn solution, you're a part of the problem. And I don't want to talk to you. So fuck y'all a lot. And I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.